Hello students, in last class we taught about Planck's quantum theory and numerical problems based on Planck's quantum theory. Continuation to that last class, in today's class we will discuss about one of the important topic, photoelectric effect. Photoelectric effect. It is one of the important topic, photoelectric effect. The name itself gives the answer. Photo means light. Photo means light. Electric means electrons. Photo means light. Electric means electrons. So what is meant by photoelectric effect means? The name itself gives the answer. It is the phenomenon of ejection of electrons from metal surface. Ejection of electrons from metal surface when a incident light of, photo means light, when a incident light of suitable frequency strikes on metal surface. So that phenomenon is known as photoelectric effect. So what is meant by photoelectric effect means? The phenomenon of ejection of electrons, the phenomenon of ejection of electrons, the phenomenon of ejection of electrons from the metal surface, from the metal surface, the phenomenon of ejection of electrons from the metal surface when a light of suitable frequency, this is important, when a light of suitable frequency, the phenomenon of ejection of electrons from the metal surface when a light of suitable frequency strikes on it, it means metal surface, strikes on it, known as photoelectric effect, known as photoelectric effect. So whenever a light of suitable frequency strikes on metal surface, from the metal surface electrons are emitted. That phenomenon is known as photoelectric effect. Firstly, it was discovered by scientists. That photoelectric effect was discovered by scientist heads. It was discovered by scientist heads. Generally, this photoelectric effect shown by alkali metals. This photoelectric effect generally shown by. It was generally shown by or easily shown by alkali metals like potassium, rubidium and cesium due to low ionization energy values. Short form IE. Ionization energy short form IE. Due to low ionization energy values in the entire periodic table, alkali metals are having low ionization energy. Again in the alkali metals, potassium, rubidium, cesium, due to large size, they are having low ionization energy. Due to the low ionization energy, they readily exhibits photoelectric effect. What is meant by ionization energy? It will comes in periodic table. Up to that you should remember a small definition. Ionization energy means it is the amount of energy required to remove an outermost electron from the neutral isolated atom. Ionization energy means it is the amount of energy required to remove an outermost electron from the neutral isolated atom. So, photoelectric effect generally shown by alkali metals. Now, for understanding purpose, I am considering one metal. Now I am considering one metal So this is metal. On the surface, electrons are there. Outermost shell contain electrons. Whenever a light of suitable frequency, it is the incident light. Incident light of suitable frequency. Incident light of suitable frequency strike on the metal surface. From the metal surface, electrons are ejected. Electrons are emitted. So the emitted electrons known as photoelectrons. The emitted electrons are known as photoelectrons. So whenever a light of suitable frequency strikes on metal surface, from the metal surface electrons are emitted. The emitted or ejected, emitted or ejected electrons known as photoelectrons. So that emitted electrons, other name what? Photoelectrons. So this is the definition of photoelectric effect. After that, this photoelectric effect also explained by the scientist Einstein. So next concept is Einstein's explanation of photoelectric effect. Einstein's explanation of photoelectric effect. Now, for understanding purpose, I am considering a one metal M, any metal. So it is the nucleus. So center part is nucleus. On the surface, electrons are there. Now, whenever a light of suitable frequency, strikes on the metal surface, then what happens? He observed. Then what happens means, for this light of suitable frequency, some energy is associated. So this is nothing but light. So for that light, frequency is there and associated with some energy. Or for understanding purpose, here I am writing, for this light, some incident. This is the incident light. This incident light associated with some energy. Here I am taking as incident light energy, capital E. Whenever light of suitable frequency falls on the surface, indirectly some incident energy falls on the metal surface. Whenever incident energy falls on the metal surface, what happens? In the incident energy, some energy is useful to break down the attractive forces between nucleus and electron. So between electron and nucleus, some attractive forces are there. Nucleus attract the electrons towards itself. So nucleus attract the electron towards itself. In the total incident energy, some part of energy is useful to break down the attractive forces between nucleus and electron. Whenever these attractive forces are breaks down, then the electron is free from the nuclear attractions. Whenever the electron is free from the nuclear attractions, it comes out easily. So again I am repeating, whenever a light of suitable frequency strikes on metal surface, indirectly some energy is incident on the metal surface. So out of the total energy E, some part is useful to break down the attractive forces. Remaining part is comes out in the form of kinetic energy of electrons. Remaining energies comes out in the form of kinetic energy of electrons. Whenever attractive forces are breaks down, electrons are emitted. The emitted electrons are known as photoelectrons. So for these photoelectrons, some energy is associated, that is nothing but kinetic energy. So again I will repeat, whenever some total energy is strikes on the metal surface, For understanding purpose, total energy supplied is 100 joules. Out of 100 joules, the some amount of energy, for understanding purpose I am considering 40 joules. Out of total 100 joules, some 40 joules, it is the minimum energy. Some 40 joules energy is useful to break down the attractive forces between nucleus and electrons. So whenever force of attractions are breaks down, electrons comes out. Electrons are ejected with some velocity. Hence, out of 100, 40 is useful to break down the attractive forces. Remaining 60 joules is imparted as a kinetic energy of photoelectrons. So remaining energy imparts as kinetic energy of photoelectrons. So remaining 60 joules energy is the kinetic energy of photoelectrons. Therefore, we supplied energy E. So this energy E, out of total energy 100 joules, some amount of energy, some minimum amount of energy is useful to break down the attractive forces. This minimum amount of energy if you are supplying, then only attractive forces are breaks down, then only electrons are ejected. Hence this minimum 40 joules energy is known as threshold energy. This minimum 40 joules energy is known as threshold energy, denoted as E naught. This threshold energy is also known as work function. It is also known as what? Work function. Why it is known as work function? Both threshold energy and work function are same. Both threshold energy and work function are same. Why both are same means, in order to break down the attractive forces between electron and nucleus, some work should be done. In order to break down the attractive forces, some work should be done. That's why it is known as work function. Otherwise, basic terminology. Work also one form of energy. So in the lower classes we studied work also one form of energy. Hence, this threshold energy is also known as work function. If anybody will ask why threshold energy is also known as work function, means your reason, in order to break down the attractive forces, some work should be done. That's why it is known as work function. Out of the supplied energy E, some part is useful to break down the attractive forces. Some minimum amount of energy, that is known as threshold energy. It is also known as work function. Remaining energy is imparts as kinetic energy of photoelectrons. So remaining energy imparts as kinetic energy of photoelectrons. Otherwise, for understanding purpose, if we are supplying 100 joules, in the 100 joules, minimum 40 joules is useful to break down the attractive forces. Remaining 60 joules is converting in the form of kinetic energy. Why it is converting in the form of kinetic energy means, whenever attractive forces are breaks down, electron comes out with some velocity. Whenever velocity is associated, then what type of energy we are having? Either potential energy or kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. So whenever attractive forces are breaks down, electron comes out with some velocity. Due to that velocity, here we are having kinetic energy. Therefore, E equal to E naught plus kinetic energy. So first relation, E equal to E naught plus, E means incident energy, E equal to E naught. E naught is also known as work function plus kinetic energy. So very important, where E stands for incident energy of light, incident energy of light. E naught stands for threshold energy. E naught stands for threshold energy. So the name itself gives the answer. Threshold means minimum. It is the minimum amount of energy. It is the minimum amount of energy. It is the minimum amount of energy required. It is the minimum amount of energy required for the ejection of electrons. For the ejection of electrons. That is threshold energy. or W naught is nothing but work function. W naught is nothing but work function. This work function depends on nature of metal. Different metals are having different work functions. Depends on nature of metal. Depends on nature of metal. Different metals are having different work functions. So for understanding purpose here I am considering some metals and their work functions. Metal, there is no need to by heart these values, and work function. Metal and work function denoted as W naught. This work function units I am considering as electron volts. Electron volts also one of the unit for energy. Metal, cesium, potassium, sodium, lithium, magnesium, silver, gold. So these are the metals. So work function, there is no need to by heart these values. Cesium 2.14 electron volts. Cesium work function is 2.14 electron volts. If you are supplying minimum 2.14 electron volts, then only electrons are ejected. This 2.25, this 2.30, this 2.42, this value 3.7, this 4.3, this 4.8. In case of gold, if you are supplying minimum 4.8 electron volts, then only from the gold surface electrons are ejected. So here work function is nothing but energy. Energy, one of the unit is electron volt. 1 electron volt is nothing but 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 joules. So this conversion also you should remember. Indirectly electron volt is nothing but charge of electron. 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 is nothing but charge of electron. So these are the work functions of different metals. Work function mainly depends on nature of metal. Anyhow, kinetic energy we know terminology where Ke stands for kinetic energy of emitted electrons or photoelectrons. Both are same. Kinetic energy of emitted electrons. So this is the first relation. Next, since we know that according to Planck's quantum theory, E equal to h nu and E naught, nothing but W naught, both are same. Now onwards you should remember E naught and W naught both are same. E equal to h naught, E naught equal to h anyhow constant, don't write h naught because h is the Planck's constant, h nu naught. Substitute these values in equation 1, then what we will get? Second relation. H nu equal to h nu naught plus kinetic energy, where nu stands for frequency of incident light, where nu equal to frequency of incident light, where nu stands for frequency of incident light, nu naught stands for threshold frequency. Nu naught stands for what? Threshold frequency. So whenever threshold word will come, threshold means it is the minimum value. Threshold means minimum. So how can you define threshold frequency? It is the minimum frequency. It is the minimum frequency. It is the minimum frequency required. It is the minimum frequency required for ejection of electrons. Nothing but for causing photoelectric effect. For cause of photoelectric effect. So in this relation, nu anyhow h Planck's constant, nu stands for frequency of incident light, nu naught stands for threshold frequency. Nothing but it is the minimum frequency required for ejection of electrons. Anyhow kinetic energy we know. Next, third relation. From the second one, how can you write kinetic energy? Sometimes they will ask kinetic energy. Or third one, from this second one, kinetic energy Ke, kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. Kinetic energy is nothing but half mv square. H nu naught comes this side. H nu minus H nu naught. So this formula also you should remember. Kinetic energy equal to half mv square, that equal to, all these are important formulas. Based on these formulas, numerical problems are there. What are kinetic energy Ke equal to half mv square equal to, if you are taking the common factor h, what you will get? Nu minus nu naught. If you will take the common factor, you will get nu minus nu naught. So this is third formula. Sometimes separately they will ask, they will give threshold frequency and they will ask work function. So whenever only threshold frequency is given, then work function formula, fourth one, work function or threshold energy, both are same. Work function or threshold energy, that is nothing but W naught equal to E naught equal to, E naught formula what? H nu naught. So this is also important formula. Sometimes they will give threshold frequency and they will ask either threshold energy or work function, both are same. Work function W naught equal to H nu naught. Next, fifth one, last one. In terms of wavelength, sometimes wavelengths they will give. In terms of wavelengths, sometimes wavelengths data they will give in terms of wavelength. Since we know that h nu equal to h nu naught plus kinetic energy. According to Einstein's explanation, what is explained? Whenever if you are supplying some total energy E or incident energy E, in that incident energy, some part is converting in the form of work function, so called threshold energy. Remaining part is converting in the form of kinetic energy. He explained like that. Based on Einstein's explanation, h nu equal to h nu naught plus Ke, but nu equal to what formula? C by lambda. In the beginning, we practiced in the heading of wave characteristics, nu equal to C by lambda, or similarly nu naught equal to what? C by lambda naught. Here don't write C naught because C is the constant velocity of light. Nu equal to C by lambda, nu naught equal to C by lambda naught. These two values substitute here. Then what you will get? H in place of nu, what you have to write down? C by lambda. Hc by lambda equal to H C by lambda naught. In place of nu naught you have to supply, you have to substitute C by lambda naught, Hc by lambda naught plus kinetic energy. So this is also one of the important formula. Hc by lambda equal to Hc by lambda naught plus K. Or sometimes in objective exam, wavelength, where lambda stands for wavelength, lambda naught stands for threshold wavelength. These two values they will give and a kinetic energy they will ask. What are kinetic energy K equal to Hc by lambda minus Hc by lambda naught, or kinetic energy Ke equal to, if you are taking the Hc common factor, 1 by lambda minus 1 by lambda naught, where lambda stands for wavelength of incident light, wavelength of incident light. Lambda stands for wavelength of incident light. Lambda naught equal to threshold wavelength. Threshold wavelength. Lambda naught stands for what? Threshold wavelength. Sometimes this lambda and lambda naught they will give and they will ask kinetic energy. So these 5 formulas you should practice. Based on the 5 formulas, some numerical problems they will ask in the objective exam. These 5 formulas very important. Next, some important points to be remembered. Some important points to be remembered. Important these points. Some important points to be remembered. Here, 1 or 2, 3 points are there that you should remember. First point, the number of photoelectrons, ejected. So, in the photoelectric effect from the metal surface, electrons are ejected. The number of photoelectrons ejected depends on intensity of incident light. Depends on intensity of incident light. Intensity of incident light. As intensity of incident light increases, as intensity of incident light increases, number of ejected electrons, number of photoelectrons ejected also increases. Number of photoelectrons ejected also increases. So important. As intensity of light increases, number of emitted electrons also increases. Simply you should remember that therefore, number of electrons emitted or ejected. Number of electrons emitted, nothing but ejected. Number of electrons emitted directly proportional to intensity of incident light. At least this relation you should remember. Intensity of incident light. So very important this point. As intensity of incident light increases, number of photoelectrons emitted also increases. So based on this relation in KSET 2020 this year, a theory based question they asked. After that we will discuss. So first this relation you should remember. Number of electrons emitted directly proportional to intensity of light. Next, second one, the kinetic energy of photoelectrons. Kinetic energy of photoelectrons depends on only frequency of incident light, but not on intensity. But not on intensity of incident light. So these 2 points you should remember. So kinetic energy of photoelectrons depends only on frequency but not on intensity of incident light. Otherwise simply you should remember that kinetic energy of photoelectrons directly proportional to frequency of incident light but not on intensity. Why means we know the formula kinetic energy K equal to h nu minus h nu naught, or kinetic energy K equal to h nu naught is nothing but work function W naught. This work function is the constant value. For different metals, different work functions are there. Work function depends on nature of metal. So this W naught is the constant value. So H also constant. Therefore, kinetic energy and frequency how related? Directly. Therefore, from this relation, kinetic energy of photoelectron depends only on frequency. So in this formula, frequency term is there, but not intensity term. Therefore, kinetic energy depends on frequency, but not intensity. Whereas, number of photoelectrons ejected depends only on intensity, but not on frequency. So very important these 2 points. Next, graphs. Here 2 graphs are there. graphs. Graph 1, kinetic energy of photoelectrons. Kinetic energy of photoelectrons versus frequency of incident light. Frequency of incident light nu. We know that since kinetic energy formula what? K equal to h nu minus h nu naught. This is nothing but work function. Now it is in the form of straight line equation. So straight line equation what? Y equal to mx plus c. Here negative intercept. C is intercept. On y axis kinetic energy. On x axis frequency. Automatically slope what? M. So if you are drawing the graph between kinetic energy, this is the kinetic energy of photoelectrons. Kinetic energy of what? Photoelectrons. On y-axis kinetic energy. X-axis what? Frequency. Frequency of incident light. Frequency nu. On y-axis kinetic energy. X-axis frequency. Therefore here negative intercept h nu naught. This is the negative intercept. Here 0. This is origin. Above to this positive values. Below to this negative values. This is negative intercept h nu naught. Here slope m equal to what? H. Slope m equal to what? H. This is frequency.